That's the temperature in my greenhouse, and I'm here to give an update of my seedlings. It's very hot right now, but my seedlings, which I have planted about 2 weeks ago, I believe, since I made that video and posted it, I made seed starting mix, and right after that I planted the seeds. And well, anyway, the heat would not allow me to focus much better than this, but as you can see, they are having their true leaves right now. Most of them are. Okay, the first bottom leaves are not really leaves. Those are the cotyledon. I don't know how to pronounce it very well, but I believe this is spelled Cotyldon. I guess I'm very poor in spelling, but as you can see, most of my seedlings are growing their true leaves. Okay, for this transplanting method, we are going to need a bowl deep enough to hold a good amount of water. My goodness, it's out of focus. Anyway, so this is cold water in that bowl, and you could use plain water if you want, but I believe that if I do this, I will prevent my seedlings from going into shock, and that is, I'm going to add a very light application of fish fertilizer, which is of course organic, and a very light application of seaweed extract. Okay, now of course this is not half a gallon, but let's pretend that's half a gallon, and I will put half a teaspoon of seaweed extract and fish fertilizer, which is, as you know, rich in or high in nitrogen. But we're not going to use too much. See, very little, because what I am trying to do here is prevent my seedlings from going into shock by adding seaweed extract and fish extract or emulsion, and just mix that with a cold water. Now I tend to put more seeds than I need in one cells or one pot. Now this is red Russian kale, or these are red Russian kales, and I am going to transplant them. I could easily just snip off some of them and just leave the best looking ones, but I want to show you how you could save most of these seedlings, if not all, and this is how I do it. It's important that there's a hole at the bottom so that the water could drain. Now I will put this much seed starting mixture here, and I'll put that aside. Now here's the trick. I'm gonna pull this out. Actually, I pulled this out from my from the cells in my greenhouse, and it's so hot out there that I don't think I could have done this out there. I'm already drenched. I'm still pardon me, but I'm still sweating at this point because of the heat outside. And I pulled this out from the cell and put it right in this pot here. Now this is what I do. If at all possible, if possible, without disturbing the root of the seedling, as little and as gentle as you can. Try and tap some of the soil around it, from around it. Try to take some of it out. Now, to avoid damage, if you cannot do it without damaging the root, then just leave it as it is. And this is what you do. Very gently put it in the water, ever so gently tap, just barely moving the plant in the water, and as you can see, oops, this one, all the soils are gone, and what we got here are roots of these seedlings still clumped together. So gently you kind of shake it up in the water, very gently. The movement of the water will help you loosen up the root without breaking. Not one, if you're careful, not one of these roots should break. And if you find it a little stubborn like this one, I have done a lot of them already, and I didn't have this much problem as I'm having with this one. There you go. Okay, I separated these first two here, and naturally I have some more in there. Now, okay, just there you go. Shake it, and there goes your transplant. Your seedlings separated without damaging the root, and you're ever so careful doing it. The roots are intact. Put it in here, and let's push the very tight working space I got here. So here it goes. Put this in here. Hold it. Let's get our seed starting mix. And fill one side. Fill the other. Very gently. Don't pack. Just kind of tap the bottom. It'll settle and cradle your little seedlings. I'm going to do the rest of the seedlings, and I'm putting it in the water so that it could start absorbing the moisture and help the top part. Let me get this out here for now. Put it in here, and let me do this again. So this one is, as you can see, these are still together. Okay, let the water do the separating. By moving it in the water, the movement of the water will help separate the root without damaging it. Here goes another one. Hey, this does not look like red Russian kale. This looks more like baby bok choy. I must have dropped one of the seed and the wrong on this. This is red Russian. These are red Russian kale. Okay, so there you go. You see how easy that is? You are not breaking not one of the root. The water mixed with seaweed extract and fish fertilizer will gently separate the soil without breaking not one of it. And I promise you, that's how I managed to get my seedlings to be transplanted without going into too much shock. And look at that. If I were to cut this and leave the best looking seedlings, I would have wasted 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. And so far I have 2 here. This seems like the best looking seedling. What I'm going to do is put it in the best pot or bigger pot, which I'm going to add more of this light seed starting mix. Okay, just like a baby, the seedling requires lots of tender care, and I'm going to refresh it, put a little bit of that seaweed and fish mixture or solution in that water, and there she goes, gently transplanted. Oops. And I will give you an update. Okay, so here they are. I have them all planted in their own individual container, except for this one here. I decided to put one little extra right there, just in case something happened to one of them. Then I would have at least one more. What's this? Take that out. At least I will have one more left to keep on going. But you see, if you don't feel like playing with dirt like I just did here, you might find this a cumbersome kind of transplanting method. But for some of us, we tend to plant more seeds than is needed in one cell, and then we don't know what to do with the rest of them other than snip them off and leave the best looking ones. But then for some, that's a waste. And so if you don't mind going through this process of transplanting method, you will be able to save your seedlings and at the same time save some money. So I hope you like this transplanting method, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching.